Hey, I'm Jeremy. I'm your host today at Synthetic Oil Protection. Start with a engine and transmission flush. Here we go. That's a lot. I guess I'll pour the whole thing in. What I'm trying to do today is enhance the performance of my truck. This is a 2003 Suburban. It has 266,000 miles. It's a production vehicle. I drive it back and forth for film production. So finally, I'm going to do some good to the truck because it needs it, you know. So let's go. So I'm going to use this proprietary gasoline cleaner for my 2003 Suburban. First time ever, so we'll see what it does, but this shit's supposed to be working. Just flush the system out. Here we go. Ooh. With the gas prices, this thing just took the whole thing. Time to start this baby up. Let it idle for 15 minutes. The first half of the magic is with this. The second part is with this. Yeah. This thing's purring like a kitty with 266,000 miles. It's amazing. I can't believe it, actually. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, yummy. Spurge alert. Well, I can't believe this is my first oil change ever in history. I'm 51, maybe I can start saving some money now, huh? Start doing this stuff myself. I'm a filmmaker, but now I can be a mechanic. Well, at least an oil change guy. Not bad. We can make money doing this stuff. I change your oil, man. Whoa. Now we're going to take the filter off. This one's a tight one. Here we go. What do you want me to do? You good?
We're good.
Now we're going to prime the filter with the proprietary stuff. Okay. Here we go. Take some of this. Looks about right. 3/4. This, spin it around, move it up a little bit. There we go. It's all lubed and ready to go. Now we're going to use a Niagara Fall in a can and blast it away. I love that stuff. All this old oil. We're going to take it and we're going to pour it in here safely. Dump it away. Here it goes. Yeah, it's dirty. Look at that stuff. Safety first. Get rid of the stuff. We're going to put this proprietary in my truck. It's where we had 6.5 quarts. Good stuff. Gold. Here we go. Hasn't seen this stuff before. Whoop. There goes 1 quart. Suck it down. Ooh, give me some stuff. Yeah. Have you guys seen any oil that looks like this? Well, it's pretty clean. Look at that. I can almost see myself in this. All right, let's start this baby. I'm excited to see how this baby feels. Here we go. We just have to redo the change engine oil. The sensor's bad. I haven't even moved out of the parking lot. It's smooth. It's 266,543 miles. Never been tapped with a real juice. The golden juice here. What do you call it? It's had regular oil, just regular oil, and I was like, well, hey, let me try this stuff. It has high mileage. I want the truck to go another 300,000 miles if I can, and I think this stuff has the goods to do it. I might drive to California this week. Good product. I'll have to check and see what other products we have. This is an old hen, so I'm gonna make sure it's gonna rock and roll. But it's an 8.1, so I took a lot of oil on 6.5. But pretty smooth. And earlier before I put the fluid in, there was a heard a little knocking, not locking, but lifters, whatever, kind of dirty or whatever. So maybe that stuff cleaned it out. There we go. So I've been changing. I bought the truck in 2008. 2003. This is a 2003 Suburban. So I bought it brand new for $80,000, and I've changed the oil every 3,000 miles or less. So this is the way it is. So hopefully with this new stuff, I can get more mileage. Maybe 6,000, so I can double the mileage, and it'll last longer. What do you know? I like it. It's pretty damn smooth. Oh, what happened here? This truck has done very good for me. I mean, as you see, I do production. I got badges, and I did NFL games. I produce films. Production, I go to LA back and forth, so this truck has been my production vehicle. So nice to give back to your truck, and I think this is the good stuff to finally do it. It's kind of revamping after all these years. I think it's revamping it from scratch from the beginning of like a brand new truck. It seems like it seems pretty smooth, and there's really no wrong with it. Like I said earlier, there was lifter issues. I heard lifters, or I'm not sure what it was. I'm not a mechanic, so all I know is this right here. When it was truck. You know, it's a heavy truck, but not a Tesla car, but like I said, it's a heavy truck. But to make it go that fast, you know, I mean, just like I said, that's pretty good. And I think it's going to save me some gas and mileage and oil changes. So it's saving me money, you know. I'm definitely not going to get another $90,000, $100,000 truck now because inflation went up. So I think I can stick with this truck. Just keep on putting the oil and just start documenting what this stuff could do. I want to have 600,000 miles on it and go, hey, it's the oil. So if you would like to have a vehicle that lasts a long time, I would recommend subscribing to the channel, get more videos like this one, and see how your old vehicle can run another 300,000 miles. If you'd like to improve your performance and your lifespan of your vehicles, recommend subscribing to the channel. Make sure you check out videos like this. We're going to be doing this 15,000 miles later. If you keep your vehicles wet, lube, and protective, they're always going to be happy. How we doing?
Stir stick, my friend?
Yes, please. Cheers! Happy end of month giveaway. This is Eben's end of month giveaway every last Saturday of the month. We usually do it at 11 a.m. Now we got the synthetic oil protection machine here, and we've shown everything on this car from the day I got it. And I just wanted to do a little reminder on fluid changes. We're going to talk in the car as we drive and drink some coffee. And that's Yaw Farm, really cool coffee shop here. But this is the car we've done a lot of fluids on, and it's been a lot of fun along the way, and we show everything. So a lot of people, they think, you know, oh, you need to have a special car to take care of it, and the type of car you have has nothing to do with how you take care of it. It's the same thing as taking care of your body. You know, as long as you take care of your body will always treat you well. So you know, it's like having the car I have is an SL 550, which is like the Corvette version of the Mercedes, and it's also the same thing as like a you know, lower end car. A lot of people think, oh, well, I have a low end car, it's just a piece of junk, and it's got nothing to do with that. It has to do with the way you take care of it. It's like you know, you could say a Chevy Spark compared to a Chevy Corvette, or a C-Class Mercedes compared to an SL 550 or S-Class Mercedes. You know, the level of car is really irrelevant, other than say you know, manufacturer defects, which, don't get me wrong, if the car has a manufacturer defect, you definitely probably want to get rid of it. If you're having continuous issues with it, that's ideal. So but yeah, there's a lot of different. We dropped the camera, we're back. So yeah, so there's so much different things you can do when it comes to taking care of your vehicle. The most important things to do are changing all your fluids and filters. So for instance, on this car, we did the oil changes at 15,000 miles with the 100% synthetic AMSOIL European motor oil, and the oil came back in great shape. We've done 2 tests on it where you send it out to a laboratory. They measure the wear metals in the oil, they measure the anti-wear additives, they measure them, everything that is going on in that motor. And this motor barely burned any oil, about, what was it, half to 0.9 quart in 15,000 miles, not even 1 quart of oil. And we did an engine flush when we got this car, and I call this car my work truck. So, you know, everyone has their tools and things to you could say work, like a pickup truck. You tow, you haul, you plow snow, which is great. This car, it's a great performance car. Love driving it here in Vegas, but it's a great car to share with people, to show an old dinosaur car that's got, 11,000 miles on it, which most people would say you don't ever want to get, a European car with high miles or an older car, and that matters. And really, it has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the way you take care of it. And this car actually runs better than the day the car was brand new. And we actually have a dyno video showing that on the channel. If you look up on YouTube, you'll see on AMSOIL Fuel Additives, it's the SL550 dyno test with 2 fuel additives, the upper cylinder lubricant and the octane booster, which is called Dominator Octane Booster. And you'll see that on the playlist on this car, which we're going to put that at the end of this video. If you want to go right to that and check it out, go check it out. But we're just going to continue to talk about fluids and when you should change them. So I always recommend changing your oil if you're running like mineral oil about every 2,500 miles. If you're running like a full synthetic, depending on the full synthetic you're running, you can go 5,000 miles. A lot of new cars, they say you're good for 10,000 miles, and that's true if it's all highway driving. So if you're doing more city driving, you're going to want to be closer to 5,000 miles. If you're all highway, you could do 10,000. Now, you're on thin ice because if you don't check your oil level, also over time, you're going to get a lot more carbon buildup. So an oil manufacturer can call a full synthetic when it's only 25% synthetic. So that means only a quarter of the lubricant in that bottle is actually synthetic oil. The rest is mineral oil. And basically mineral oil is kind of like butter on a frying pan. Butter burns, and as the butter burns, it basically builds up around your rings. And as it builds up around your rings, you actually lose compression, you lose power, performance, fuel mileage, and you'll just kind of feel your car degrade and not run as well. So the best solution to that is to do an engine flush. It's this little bottle of additive where you actually put that into your crankcase motor oil. You idle the car for 15 minutes and it gets all these carbon deposits out of the car, out of the you could say, out of the motor, around the timing chain, oil cooler ports. If you have a turbo car like this car, this is a V8 twin turbo. This has oil coking, and that's a phenomenon where when you turn the car off, the oil actually cools the turbos, and it runs through an oil cooler, which goes up to the front of the car, and then it goes through that cooler. And that, when you turn off the car, there's a small amount of oil, say, I don't know, 1/4 of an ounce, will actually sit inside the turbo. It doesn't drain out. And basically that little bit of oil burns every time, no matter what car you have or what type of oil you're running too. And when that burns in there, it leaves a film, and that film kind of acts as an insulation. And that insulation allows the motor to stay hotter and not cool as easy. So the heat transfer is not as good, almost like a surfactant in the radiator, in the coolant in your car. It gets the molecules closer to the aluminum and you have a better heat transfer. So when that happens, your car loses its power because it runs hotter. It oxidizes quicker, your oil wears out quicker, your turbo will expire quicker because the turbos are running hotter. So it's an exponential relationship on taking care of the car and changing the oil. So when you run the 100% synthetic AMSOIL, you're good for about 3 to 5 times longer than a lot of your OEM oils. So it just saves you a lot of time on that, and it goes on and on. I wanted to mention how a lot of people get the products. Most people buy the products as a preferred customer, and this is called the Preferred Customer Magazine. And this right here shows a lot of different wear tests on all different types of components, from bearings, like this picture here. It shows the wear scars, to fuel additive tests showing atomization for PI performance improver. And it really educates you on how to take care of your vehicle. The other great thing about this magazine is it actually shows a lot of different diagrams. This is a preferred customer membership where you get 25% off on the products. So say you want to get the very best value on the AMSOIL products, this is the membership you want, and you'll actually get a quarterly magazine in the mail with all that information. And it's like $10 for 6 months, $20 for the year. And then at the point, if you order about $500 a year, your membership's free for the next year. So it really saves a lot of money. And I tell people, if you order over about $27, it's worth having the 6-month PC membership. So that $10 is going to save you, more than with the difference in tax. And there's no auto renew, so it's not like you're going to put your credit card in and they're going to bill you all the time. At the end of the 6-month term, you're going to get an email from AMSOIL to say, hey, do you want to renew your preferred customer? And at that time, you can make your choice if you want to renew or not. And that's pretty much it. It's that simple. So I always like to let everybody know about that. And if you want to try the products, you can get them down in the comment section down below and the description section, both of those. And you'll see like a little thing that says more and ... and you just click on that more. It'll pull down that box. When you use my link, that will allow me to answer all your questions on your vehicles about improving the performance and lifespan of your vehicles by choosing the right fluids as your independent AMSOIL dealer. So this is what I do about 65 hours a week between editing my videos, following up with my customers, and doing thumbnail pictures. That's the little picture you see when you click on the video. So I just love doing it, love helping people. And the video you saw today was with a good friend I met at Desert Wind Coffee Roasters in Jeremy. And Jeremy, he does Got Films, and we've been talking for years, and he's a very busy guy, and I hadn't had a chance to get with him to do this video. So he goes, the one day I see him over there, he goes, I want to do it. So I go, let's do it. So he orders up the lube, we get it, you saw the whole experience, and that was a blast to share that with you. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the transmission fluid. Transmission fluid, I recommend changing about 20,000 miles on a CVT transmission. That's a continuously variable transmission if you're doing all city driving. Those are the most delicate transmission that is efficient, but yet they need extra service because a lot of them don't have a filter that filters the oil. So the only thing you can do is change the fluid, clean the magnet, and that keeps it in tip-top shape. The next thing is other transmissions. Most automatics you want to change every 30 to 60,000 miles. If you're doing all city driving, about 30,000. If you're doing more highway driving, I recommend about 60,000 miles. On this car, I'm changing it at about 40, maybe 45,000. Now, I do extreme high heat driving here in Vegas. Plus, this is a high performance car, which I push sometimes. So I'm changing it way early, even though I'm using the best Signature Series transmission fluid. I'm going to be changing that fluid way early for best results and lifespan of this trans. Differential fluid, usually every about probably 30 to 60,000 as well, depending on what you're doing. If you're towing, definitely 30,000. If you're just driving normal, 60,000 miles should do you fine. If you're doing all highway driving and you're not towing, you could maybe even do 100,000 miles. It's just, you're always better off doing it a little sooner. And personally, I'm gonna do the rear diff fluid on this car when I do the transmission next time at about 45,000. And coolant. Coolant on most cars you want to change every 3 years, or 3 years, or 60,000 miles. This coolant that I run in this car is a special coolant. It's AMSOIL low toxicity biodegradable coolant. I run that in the intercooler and in the coolant. It's the same type of fluid, intercooler fluid, which cools the turbos and stuff like that. I recommend changing that on a car like this, probably every 4 years, 100,000 miles. You're going to have a lot of extra protection with this coolant in it. The benefits, you can mix it to the ratio you want. So you, yeah, I mean, you can totally dial in the ratio. I run a lot more distilled water here in Vegas because it has a higher specific heat capacity, and that allows more cooling to pull it out of the engine to make more power. I also run the AMSOIL Dominator Coolant Boost. That's a little orange additive, and that's a tri-tiered surfactant. So it's got 3 tiers, and each tier allows the fluid to warm up quicker, and also allows it to run cooler once it's up to operating temperature. So you could kind of say you're getting the best of both worlds. And that's what I love about that Dominator Coolant Boost. If you're here in the winter and you've never ran that yet, oh my God, you live somewhere cold, get the Dominator Coolant Boost right this second. Put that in your car. Your car is going to warm up quicker. The heat coming out of your vent is going to be warmer because there's a better heat transfer through the aluminum, and you'll just be blown away. I gotta say, that's probably one of the best additives you can get for your car in the winter. I'd say that's definitely the best. So we're gonna start the giveaway here. We're gonna pull over up here, and we're gonna be giving out some $100 gift cards, which we do every last Saturday of the month. And if you want to be in the giveaway, leave a comment in any of the videos. I randomly select people throughout the month, so leave that comment down below. Let me know any questions with your vehicles. Let me know how you're liking the AMSOIL products. I love helping out, and I love making a difference with the community. And I always joke around, but I say this in all honesty. I lube to love, love to lube. And I always say, if you keep your vehicles wet, lubed, and protected, your vehicles will always be happy. All right, we're downtown Vegas here at Vesta Coffee Roasters. Pretty cool place here in town. And we're here to do the giveaway. We got some names here, and these are all our different names. And I appreciate everybody over the years, all the support, all the great business. I really appreciate it. And these guys have all been a part of the channel, leaving comments in the channel. I appreciate it, and always being a part of the community. So we're going to start out. We got our different cards here. And if you wonder why I do the cards, I do another YouTube channel if you like comedy, risque humor, and juggling and all different types of entertainment in and around Las Vegas. Come with me, your card flicking magic friend on Las Vegas Magic Friends is my other YouTube channel. And that one's just for fun. I just keep my skills up, and I love entertaining people and surprising them, and it's always fun to see their reaction, so I love that stuff. But we're going to kick it off here. We're going to give these suckers a mix. Totally blind here. And we got $300 giveaway winners coming right now. Let's do it. Here we go. The 3 right out the middle. Right here. These 3 are all winners. Number 1, Ace of Spades. We got Ace of Spades. Perry Bead. Perry, you got a $100 gift card. Our second winner, King of Hots. King of Hots. Zach, $100 gift card. Thank you, Zach, for always being a part of the channel. And the King of Clubs. King of Clubs. Where's the King of Clubs? Troy Clausen. Thanks, Troy. Really appreciate all your feedback, and I appreciate you always being a part of the community. Really appreciate that. And these are our winners right here. We got it all right there. And I want you to check out everything on this car that you can do to your vehicle. You can change all the fluids the same way, and these cars don't take special fluids. And if you want to know the exact viscosities for your vehicle, you'll actually see that on the lookup guide. So if you go down below, you'll see find products for your vehicles. You'll see everything for your year, make, model. Gives you the engine, fluid capacities, and everything for that car. So check out this playlist right here. You're gonna love it, and we will see you back right here on Synthetic Oil Protection. And remember, if you keep your vehicles wet, lubed, and protected, your vehicles will always be happy.